Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead and release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, will save the day.
Hello everyone, welcome to my 100-day journal journey challenge. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are not new here, welcome back. I gotta make a timestamp real quick. Today is November 9th, 2024. I am currently at, I believe, 52 subscribers. And I have a couple of anonymous people watching my videos that have not made themselves known. So until then, I'm so excited to see who you guys are. If you are new here, remember, send me that wave sign, which is that yellow hand, and the purple heart specifically if you are not new here, if you're reoccurring. So I wanted to make this timestamp right now because first of all, I have been enjoying this 100-day journal journey challenge. I'm on day 24, I believe. Now, yeah. I believe I'm on day 24 or 25. I lost count. I would have to look at my list. But either way, I'm in the 20s, right? So cheers to consistency. But I also want to make this timestamp because I am trying to find you, my community. I am mending my garden, fixing my environment inside and outside to attract the butterflies to me because I'm not going to chase you guys. I'm not. But one thing that I do have is belief that you guys will find me, that I will find you, we will find each other, and this community will build. So I just wanted you guys to see this now because I know when you see this, I'm going to be at like K subscribers by then. But I wanted you guys to see me, right? Let me zip up the zipper. Hopefully, yeah. I want you guys to see me from this point, right? I want you guys to be encouraged by this journey. So tonight, I have a couple of things to share. So it's going to kind of be all over the place, which is fine. I love videos that are all over the place. I will gravitate to videos that are all over the place, like rant type videos. So as I'm finding my community, or my community is looking for me, and when you guys find me, first of all, I want to say I love you. I want saying I love you to be a normal thing. I don't want that to be an awkward thing between us, our community. And I am currently every single day just trying to find one more layer on how to find you and how to make myself like appear on your page. So I just wanted to have this timestamp so that way I could look back on it. So on the topic of community, as I am going through this, and I really truly feel like by the 100th day, I will know what my niche is. But my niche, as of right now, I really believe is self-love, right? Self-help, self-love, the art of loving thyself, the art of making the love for yourself an everyday thing, something that's exciting, something that's fun, something that's genuine, something that's not for other people, but just for yourself, because you truly care about yourself, the temple that you are, and everything that entails as you grow, as you flourish. And through this vlog, I want to be able to tell you a lot of things that either I wish somebody told me, or something that someone needs to hear at the very right, perfect moment of their lives. And just to have that community, especially as you're transferring into being a woman or a man, because this is a unisex channel. But as I am officially a woman, I'm 35, I can no longer play the little girl card or the young woman card, okay? I'm still a very young woman, okay? But I'm a woman, So a thought that I was having today, as I'm still narrowing down my niche, is what makes you a woman, really, is the ability to love and help others. Women have such a special role on this earth, and so do men. And when we play our respective roles accordingly, the world has a fighting chance to last even just one more day. So I was thinking about this today, and as I was merging into my full womanhood that I am today, especially when I moved up here to Georgia, of course where I was in Miami as well, but which I've been here in Georgia for 7 years now. I started this channel in 2016. But as I was growing into a woman, I can remember pivotal moments where other women saw the light in me, saw me really trying. Okay, I had my son when I was 21. Like, I had just turned 21 when I was already a couple months pregnant. So I'm assuming I conceived at the age of 20. Gave birth at the age of 21. You do the math. I don't know. I was 21. All right. I was still very young at the end of the day. So fast forward to 21 all the way till now, I don't fit in necessarily with people that are younger than me, that don't have children, because I have a certain amount of hours during the day, and a lot of it is allotted to my son and whatever it entails of taking care of him, down to like all the mundane things that it takes to be a parent. And then I don't fit in with people my age that don't have children, because they're at a point of endeavor that they're supposed to be on. I guess those who did things the right way. That's how I feel with people that are my age but don't have the same lifestyle. I always look at them like, you did what you were supposed to do and I didn't. And not to beat myself up or to victimize myself or anything, but sometimes I just don't have much in common sometimes. But that maturity level is there to at least be like, oh no, I understand. If you're busy or if you're not busy, it's not a big deal. The accommodations are usually there, but it's still unless you have a child, which a lot of 35-year-olds have a child. But imagine me and my 21, 22, 25, 26. A lot of people didn't have children at that time that were my friends or my peers. So I felt alone. Even though I had so many friends and so many people that loved me and a lot of family, a lot of time I felt alone. As I am acclimating into this new person who I am, that God gave me a package. So every mommy gets a package, right? Here, you're having a child, here's a package on how to take care of them. So you're constantly unboxing that package, and new neural pathways are being formed. These feelings of protectiveness are being formed. The realization that you're not going to sleep ever again is being solidified in your head, meaning you're constantly 100% of the time going to be thinking about your kid. So even when I'm sleeping with one eyeball open. I have never slept since the day my son was born with both of my eyes closed. I am ready. If my son is not here, let's say he's with his dad, I'm looking at my phone at any moment, ready. When he's here, I'm listening out for the house. I'm listening. When he's at school, I'm listening from my phone to make sure that the school doesn't call me. So I don't ever think, and then even when he gets married and walks down the aisle with his wife and has his own children, I don't think I'm still going to sleep. And that's just the beauty of what it is. And that comes in the package. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel like there is either a new mommy or a midway mommy, because I feel like even a midway mommy just feels like a new mommy. But if you need to hear this, just take it all in. This is probably something either that I needed to hear or I did hear. And then, so fast forward to people who are older than me. They're older than me. They have wisdom. They've done it already. Their kids are already older, graduated, have their own kids. They already are living in retirement. which I actually tend to gravitate more towards, because you can learn so much from people that have wisdom, that have lived life, that can tell you like not the shortcut ways, but if they could have had another chance to do things differently, this is the way I would have done it, XYZ. And you can listen and pick up on a lot of things. So I have leveled up a lot by being around an older crowd, like older women, as my example, as my mentors, that I made them my mentor. I never discussed that they were my mentor. I hate this. This always happens right when I'm doing my vlog. I just made it a point that they are my mentors. In my head, that's my mentor. And I have leveled up so much because I would watch them and I would emulate them. I would go home and just marinate on the things that I saw. So how important is it to walk in a certain way when you're a woman? Because you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who has made you their 4-minute mile. 4-minute mile is somebody that you can look at and be like, because they did it, I can do it too. They're proof that I can do it too. That's what a 4-minute mile is. You can see it right there in color. And 9 out of 10, you can ask them as many questions as you need to ask them. That is your 4-minute mile. How many 4-minute miles are you for somebody? You don't know, because I'm telling you right now, I never told any of these people that they were my mentors, that I looked up to them, that I appreciated them. Sometimes I did by saying a simple thank you, but I don't know if they really know how much I appreciate some of the lessons, some of the talks that they would have with me. And it maybe was a talk that they were just ranting or just getting things off their chest, or they were just making conversation, but it did the most for me. And one in particular, which is where this subject matter today stems from, is I'll never forget, I moved here, and one of my sisters at church, she was so sweet to me because I moved here and it's just me and my son. As far as like our family unit solidified, I have family up here. I know a lot of people up here, but it's technically at the end of the day just me and my son. It's always just been me and my son. And of course his dad is in the picture, but I have to swallow the pill that I'm a single mother. And that is not for me to victimize myself or be sad about, but a lot of things I go through with God. Okay? Like a lot of things, emails, letters in the mail, phone calls, stick in the leg, true story, I go through by myself. So my 4-minute miles and my mentors mean so much to me because I got to see that they've done it, so I can do it too. So how many people are looking at me like that? I don't know. But I thought about that today. So back to my sister who looked at me, and I believe that something in her heart told her to tell me this, and I didn't really realize the magnitude of that until today. And I've known this lady for like 7 years now. She looked at me. She gave me a chocolate bar today. That's what activated it. And I'm like, oh my God. And I probably should have shared this with her, but I'll never forget, rewind to 7 years prior. She looked at me and she was like, if you ever need anything, you tell me. 7 years passed. Today's November 9th, as I shared, 2024. Have I needed stuff? Yeah, of course. I've gotten 3 cars in the matter of time of me living here, okay? I have moved several times. With roommates, not with roommates, by myself. I've been living by myself for 4 years now. Well, 3 years. Has it been 3? I want to say it's like almost either 3 or 4 years. This year will make 4 years because I know I have to figure out what I'm going to do actually in February. So stay tuned for that. If I'm going to stay or if I'm going to go. But even though I needed her, even though of course I've needed help. So many things have happened and so many things have changed. And I never used it. But to know that that's available to me has done wonders, but even more so to this point that I am right now. So now that I'm a woman, officially, I'm really going to take that element and apply it. And it almost goes along the lines of like, you know, a person is rich when they're able to outpour to others. They're able to share their knowledge with others. A lot of people will come up to them and be like, tell me what you did. Tell me something that I don't know. And they're able to pour it out. They're not gatekeeping. They're not like, oh, I'm afraid that if I tell you my secret, you're going to take all of the clients or all of the this or all of the that. Like, my little secret. No, they're in an abundance mindset. It's like, oh my God, I'm so thankful that you chose me to ask this question. You know, ask me away. Actually, let's sit down right here at this table. You have my full undivided attention. What does that do for that person? You know, it means the world to whoever is asking them. So, mind you, I didn't even ask her for any help, but I'm sure she saw me. She has 3 kids of her own. So she probably looked at me. Now that I'm an adult, I look at a lot of people that are younger than me, and I can see them with a different eyeball. I see them like, wow, this person's really trying, or this person's probably going through stuff, or this one's still young and she's bumping her head a couple times, but she showed up to work. So that's really good. You know, and I'm just looking at all the generation younger than me, or maybe even my age, that are having their first child now, and there's the bags underneath their eyes, and they're having separation anxiety because, you know, they need to go back to work and they're leaving their child at daycare, or they're just going through certain stuff that I've been through. And there is a way to open up the conversation about like what you're going through, or like giving advice. Because sometimes people, you know, if there's a baby walking and they're going like this, but they're learning how to walk, you're just going to leave them alone. You don't just go and grab them. You start letting them learn how to catch their footing. You don't just grab them, because eventually they're going to walk fully. So it's like, I don't want to grab them because they're learning how to, you know, they're doing it. They're fine. But I do want, moving forward, to make myself available the way that many people have made themselves available to me. But that comes from me truly understanding and walking in my light, walking in my full purpose, walking with faith, in my faith, outright in faith, because that's a whole majority of how I'm able to walk with any sort of confidence, or any sort of like not frazzled and scared and like, what am I doing? You know, and falling apart because of my faith. So walking in that, right? It really stood out to me, and I was like, I need to make a vlog about this because I know somebody out there needs to hear this. And that, at that point, really makes me be so proud of being a woman. Yes, there's of course a million things that I'm still learning. I'm always going to learn. Of course, there's so many things that I could have done differently. Of course, there's this and there's that. You know, I was just telling my son that today, like, I'm 35. And the decisions that I make, I have to make them in a different way, because I have so much to live for that I can't just make decisions off of a whim. I have to consider so many things, like even just my relationship status. Like, I can't just date anybody. I'm 35 and single. I just never thought that I would be 35 and single, because I've always had somebody that liked me, or that I liked, or whatever. Like, you know, but for me to be 35 and single is crazy to me. And it's fine, because I don't want anything that I'm not supposed to have. And that's woman math 101. So the pursuit of whatever that's going to entail, I am here for the ride. And I am fully trusting that if and when, it will be my time. But until then, I am totally in the present moment and enjoying what is here in front of me. But I was telling him, I was like, it's not like I don't have nobody, like nobody's interested in me. He's constantly telling me all the time, like, you don't see that person looking at you? Like, he is staring at you. And I'm like, I know. I could be in a relationship right now, but I have to consider you. I have to consider me. I have to consider that whoever I end up with has to match me or higher, can lead me, not to a black hole, like, where are we going? And lead me to the middle of nowhere, but lead me to you know, always down a path where there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So until then, I always want to be a leader that is leading to the light at the end of the tunnel, but silently. I don't have to be broadcasting like, I'm a leader, listen to me. But just in case anybody is watching me, and just in case I'm anyone's 4-minute mile, today I really realized, like, take that with pride. And don't take that lightly. So that is another reason for me to push to do my dreams and my endeavors, because I want to be an example to you guys. And I want to be that 4-minute mile for you guys. I want to be a good example, and I want to feel good. And nothing makes me feel better than helping somebody else, honestly. And I've always been like that. I don't know if that's the Girl Scout in me. I don't know if that's the Girl Scout in me, but Scout's honor in me, or it's just the child of God in me. And that's just in my personality. Honestly, the thing that makes me feel the most wealthiest, the thing that makes me feel the most happiest, the thing that makes me feel the most fulfilled is helping somebody else. And especially by being a good example. So I think that's why I beat myself up so much when I mess up. And I'm so hard on myself through all the years of my life. My 35 years, I'm so hard on myself when I mess up. And people are constantly telling me like, yo, chill out. You know? It's because I really I just care. And I care because I know how much I've paid attention. So it's like I care about whoever's paying attention to me. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but when you're watching this, I'm probably going to just have my community and we're going to be able to share things back and forth and possibly even meet in person and have like cool intensives and stuff. And I just have so much to share, and I'm just really thankful. I really am. So if you're a woman out there, understand that fundamental that you could be somebody's 4-minute mile. You could be someone that someone out there is looking up to, and you really need to consider that and understand that as this world is still rotating by the grace of God, that's an essential job. We got firefighters, we got first responders, we've got teachers, chefs, doctors, brain surgeons, but us being the change that we want to see, I think that's pretty much essential worker, if you ask me. So that's all for tonight. Till next time. I'm just grateful. I love you guys so much. So much. Big hugs from me to you. Good night, everybody.